Hello, everybody. Screech here. Probably sound a little like shit because I've been sick, but nonetheless, we got a video we're reacting to. Dating women made me understand men. And as a man, I'm curious as to how accurate this might be. Now, I know I'm a little bit of an oddball. Um, so, like, I don't speak for everybody. Um, this is also a 6-year-old video for the record. But I want to see, like, how true it is today. Like, I don't think opinions have honestly changed that much on the male side of things. So let's see what's
So
going
as
on.
you may remember, I came out as bisexual last year. And since then, I have been dating women. And what I found very fascinating is that the more I date women, the more I find myself understanding heterosexual men. Let me explain. Exhibit A. I was on a first date with a girl who asked me out, by the way. This is relevant because when the check
Okay.
came, she never once made a move to pay. Not
I'm sorry, but that's strike one. Like, if you ask someone on a date, you should pay. Plain and simple. Like, I don't care what side of it is you're on, you're asking for the date, especially if it's the first date. Um, that's just me. That's my opinion. Take that for what you will.
like the fake, let me reach for my purse move. And though I don't mind paying on a date, part of me felt like, the offer would have been nice. I was also a little taken aback that she didn't even say thank you. And I never heard from her again. It really
Oh, I bet you she was just one of those people that were doing the whole going out on a date for free food type thing. That's common.
made me feel like she just asked me out so she could have a free dinner. And
Yeah.
the moment I thought that, I was like, oh my God, I sound like all of my guy friends right now. And my argument against why guys should pay for dates has always been like, look, girls take hours to get ready. Our investment is looking really nice for you. Makeup, clothes, that costs money too. But
Yeah, so does us taking a shower and, looking nice for you. Regardless.
we're both girls in this situation. We both took hours to get ready, so I definitely felt slighted. Exhibit B. On another date, I went back to a girl's house and I ended up making friends with her cat. That's not a pun. I'm talking about her literal, actual animal. And she said, wow, my cat never likes anyone. I better go out and buy a wedding dress. And again, I felt like I got some serious perspective. I have
Okay. I cut her off because it's like, I understand the whole concept of moving too fast and stuff like that. That actually wouldn't bother me because of me and my personality and how I am. Um, right off the rip. But now, if it would have continued, say, through further dates and stuff like that, okay, well, then now maybe we're getting somewhere. But like, not off the initial rip for me as a guy, but I can understand how it's like, oh, that's a little weird.
guilty of making these kinds of jokes on dates with men. I never really thought anything of it. I was just being silly. But then when I was on the receiving end of it, I suddenly understood the panic. And finally, Exhibit C. One girl invited me back into her house, and her specific words were, do you want to come in and make out? Obviously, I'm like, yeah, you're really pretty. I want to press my face to yours. But then when we got there, we both just sat on the couch and she talked till like 3 a.m. And I was like, yo girl, I gotta wake up at like 6 a.m. I was told there would be kisses here. There are no kisses. And like, look, I don't want to sound like an asshole. Like, I don't mind talking. I love talking. But she could have said, do you want to come in and just talk? And I would have had totally different expectations for the evening.
The virtual blue ball, which is something everybody has to deal with at some form or another. And I mean everybody, it ain't just a guy thing.
Well, finally I started falling asleep and I was like, hey, I gotta go. And I gave her one kiss and left. And I felt sad that the amount of kisses promised did not equal the amount of kisses delivered. And once again, I felt like a dude who was upset that I did not receive the expected physical kisses I was promised. And I wanted to talk about this.
I mean, I get it. You were expecting something, but at the same time, it's like, this is the one where I have issue with, like, no matter what. just the idea of that. Like, I feel like, especially if you're early on in trying to date, like you haven't even established a relationship, that's a problem. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just take it slow kind of guy. I don't, I don't care for that. Like, it is what it is. I don't know how to put it into words. I feel like that's complete sleaze behavior on both sides in this situation.
because I felt like this has really been expanding my perspective when it comes to dating. I finally understand a lot of the complaints my male friends have about dating that I admit I would usually dismiss. But now I really get it when they say,
Dating is just so expensive, man. Sometimes
Yes.
I feel like a girl doesn't even like me for me. She just wants like a boyfriend.
I wish
Yep.
it were more socially expected to go Dutch on the first few dates, but you're like a jerk if you even suggest it.
in any experience,
No, I think again, if you ask for the date, especially if it's the very first date, you should full on expect to pay for that one. Maybe go Dutch on the second one, or maybe the other person, like if they ask for the second date, like, oh, we should do this again sometime, and like you off while I'm available or whatever, and they ask you out for the second date, they pay for the second date, and then oh, this seems to be going somewhere, maybe go Dutch. Just because of how expensive things are, but like going Dutch to me, and maybe I'm just old school mentality at my age, it's really a sign that this isn't working out. We need to go our separate ways. Like that's really what that says to me. If you go Dutch right off the rip, that's like, oh, okay, yeah, this probably ain't happening again. And that's me as a guy. Like I know for a fact, I won't say that, but like to me, if a woman asks to go Dutch, it's like, oh yeah, definitely this ain't working out again. Sorry, it's a waste of, it wasn't a waste of our time. Like we got valuable information out of it, but like it's definitely not going to happen anytime soon, if ever again.
expands your compassion and understanding is one that I think is worthy of sharing. So what about you? Have you had any experiences that have shifted your viewpoint dramatically? Let me know. I'm Anna Akana, and thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Squarespace has beautiful, award-winning templates and an all-in-one platform, so there's no need to install patches or upgrades ever. They also have 24-hour customer service and offer a simple and unique setup experience if you need a domain. With Squarespace, you can create any kind of website, whether you're chronicling your dating adventures or just blogging about your perennial singledom. Go to squarespace.com/Anna to start your free trial today and use the offer code ANNA for 10% off at checkout.
To be fair, like that code probably doesn't work, but feel free to use it. That is Anna Akana. Give her a like, give her a shout out. Video will be in the bottom in the description as always. But yeah, those are my takes. I think she's pretty spot on a lot of it, but like I said, the going Dutch thing is a thing, and then the whole expecting kisses and stuff like that, that's weird in my opinion. Even if they offer it up, you should never expect that. Shouldn't expect that anyways. But that's it for this one. Until then, I will see y'all in the next one. Until then, bye bye.